I don't think either of them have ever performed as well as they did on this jam, and they're on the way next, so stand by. We need to talk about something that we actually supposed to talk about yesterday, but yesterday we had to talk about KCPE. It's all about something that I learned that is astounding, and I want to know why only a certain segment of our society understands its importance. Met a hotshot lawyer. When I say hotshot, I mean hotshot. And he's a guy you know very well, but I'll not mention his name. I'm not allowed to advertise lawyers and legal services. But this guy told me something very, very interesting. He's a commercial lawyer, business lawyer, and he told me of his entire portfolio of clients. Listen to this percentage: 83% of all his male clients have had a vasectomy. 83% of his male client portfolio have had a vasectomy. That's staggering. The wealthiest Kenyans have had a vasectomy. Why don't we get it? What do they see that we don't see? That is my question this morning. Why don't we see the importance of it like those men do?
Vasectomy.
Yes.
Unakatwa pipe.
Yes.
Unakatwa pipe.
You've had your 2 children, 3 children. That's it.
Oi.
And for them, it's to protect their wealth. And with those super rich, you never see these women who come up with funny children at their funerals. Never. Never. And we've seen the most high profile funerals. There are none of these women who come and say, nikuwa na watoto na yeye. There are never any.
Unajua Biblia inasemaga, eneni mjaze dunia.
Why can't you see the importance of this thing? Like there's a very good mutual friend of ours in Kengangi. He's had a vasectomy, and I wish you'd call in, because I think you need to if you've had one, please give me a call and explain the importance, because I don't think the rest of us get it.
Ukifika mbinguni upewe malaika, unafaa kufanyaje?
Ukifika mbinguni upewe malaika.
Ambiwe tujaze huko.
Hakuna hizo vitu huko.
Mbinguni kupiga makofi.
Ni kupiga makofi na kuimba peke yake.
Kuna hata kukula. Haleluya, mtakufia huko.
Ukifika mbinguni upewe malaika, utafanyaje?
Wajua kuna
makenga the way you think is just extra while
hakuna kitu mbaya kama watu wanapanga laini wanaenda mbinguni. Wewe unatafuta waya zilikatwa za stima. Unajua utakuwa unafaa kurudisha.
I swear. Let me tell you, that is where the rich are the rich, and that's where we are.
Your richness ikae.
No, it's
you know, by the way, si vizuri kwa selfish. Hawa watoto ni wa Mungu. Na ufai kugusa some.
Do you see the way poor people think? Do you see the way poor people think?
Na hawajatuambia ukikatwa hizo waya za stima what happens. Ningependa pia kusikia what they are saying.
If you've had a vasectomy, I want to hear from you. 0711046105. If you've considered one, or if you understand why wealthy people do it. Majority of the wealthiest people in Kenya have had it.
Unakatwa stima from the source, inatoka Kindaruma.
Alafu uende binguni upewe malaika.
Ndio hawa watatu.
Kama Waislamu wanapeangwa wa 7.
Ndio hawa wanafanana matwins.
Kigagi. Oh my God. Give me a call. Do you get it? Do you understand why the wealthiest people in Kenya have had a vasectomy.
Hakuna wealth nzuri kama kuna watoto wengi.
Who told you?
That's the best wealth. Na uache kugusa hizo vitu zingine.
No. Wait, can you see how poor people think? Can you see the difference between the wealthiest people, how they think, and the rest?
Na wakinini wanaendeleaga vizuri.
Yes.
Hata wakiwa over 40.
Yes.
Wow, over 40. Wajua already over 40 kuna pressure.
It does not bring any, you still enjoy life.
Oh my God. Already kama kukiwa na waya zote inakataa. Ni hizi sasa umedisconnect kendaruma nini wewe.
Can you see the difference between how the wealthiest think and how the rest think? Give me a call. 0711046105 is my number.
Acha, kuna vitu fai kugusa, wacha.
Hit me up on my fan page on Facebook. Let's hook up on Twitter at It's Maina Kageni.
Wacha.
Or at Classic 105 Kenya. Hashtag is Maina and Kingangi.
Wacha to deal na issues za hawa watoto. By the way, unajua watoto kotini wanaitagwa issues. Unajua hivyo? Wacha hizo issues zikuje.
Ndizio mnajazanga hapa children's court.
Haki ya nani?
There is no rich man who's ever been taken children's court.
Mimi hakuna kitu inakatwa. Wacha tukae hivyo. Nenda hivi unaambiwa malaika ndio hao.
0711046105 is my number. Let's talk. If you've had one, I want to hear from you. If you're considering one, I'd like to hear from you. And if you haven't, do you understand why the wealthiest Kenyans have had vasectomies? Let's talk.
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe.
About one thing that the majority of the wealthiest Kenyan men have undergone, and that's a vasectomy. Met a hotshot lawyer, a lawyer you know very well, and he told me 83, listen to that percentage, 83% of his male clients have undergone a vasectomy. Where don't the rest of us get the reason? Where don't we understand where they're coming from? Pray together. Let me just go to your tweets saying I don't advocate for vasectomy at all. What if something happens and your kids die? Would your kids die? All of them? Jennifer Kanyiri saying men wanataka current iwe na nguvu 100%. Yes, but there are repercussions. Have you ever seen these women who come followed by 5 children at funerals for rich men? Never. Humble, you're saying, why should I kill myself? You're not killing yourself. It's not interfering in any of your functions. It's just that one function. Elvis Kibeji saying, why does someone prefer tampering with God's work? Anyway, vasectomy suits those when you wanasumbuliwa na pesa. Why is it that the wealthiest Kenyans get it but we don't? And that's the question I'm asking this morning. Why is it that the wealthiest Kenyans get it but we don't? Hapo ndipo nataka unijibu. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Maina.
Good morning to you.
Habari ya Kingangi.
Mzuri sana.
Yes. In a layman's language.
Yeah.
What is vasectomy?
Vasectomy, they just tie your tubes up.
That's castration, and I cannot do it.
That's not castration.
What do you mean?
It does not affect your functions at all.
Me?
Oh my God.
That's total disconnection. How?
It is not.
I cannot. I'll never.
It is not disconnection of anything. All that is being disconnected,
yes,
is your transfer of the material that's required to make a baby.
Hapo sasa, hapo ndio unasikia. I cannot and I'll never. That's what. It's a big no from me.
Fundi wa mitambo.
Okay.
Have
a good day. Hello, Classic 105.
Hey, morning, Maina.
Good morning to you.
My name is Kefa.
Yes.
I think vasectomy is something I've been thinking about.
You've been thinking about it?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't told my fiancé about it.
Yeah.
But we've discussed about it.
You've discussed you've discussed it with your fiancé?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So you hold on, you're not married yet?
Not married yet.
Do you have children?
I have one outside.
And do you want to have children with her?
Yes, definitely, because we are planning to get married.
Uh-huh.
And I've told her, because you see the current age right now, and with the kind of medications that it changes their body system and all these things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think that I want to ease that kind of pressure.
From her?
From her. Yes.
Uh-huh.
To be like a shared responsibility between the two of us.
You are such a gentleman.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. How many children do you want with her? Have you discussed that?
Yes.
How many?
Me, I wanted 5, but she said no.
5?
Yeah.
So how many does she want?
2.
And you're okay with 2?
Yes, I'm okay with 2.
Yeah.
Then I told her, of course, with the way people are getting rid of their kids, so I thought maybe adopting is also another option.
Yeah.
Which I'm ready to take charge of. So we can get 2 of our own, then adopt 1 or 2, then we'll be good to go.
So after 2, you're willing to undergo the vasectomy?
Yes.
As a sign of love?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, because, I also learned from DJ Moz of Kubamba. I don't know if you know about him.
Yes, I know DJ Mo. What about him?
Because he went through the same thing.
Oh, he did?
And, yes. And he came public about it. I don't know if you saw it, but I think it's a good thing. Once you get to the number that you want of kids, then you just go and do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being sensitive to your wife. Okay.
Thank you. You have a good day.
That's not a madman. Is that a madman? Does he sound mad to you?
Hivyo ndio Adam aliambiwa kula hii hapo. Inaonja kama avocado. Akauma. Si hapo machine ndio hizi tunakula mpaka sasa hivi. Fai unasikiza your woman so much. That
Okay, you've just heard from someone who's willing.
By the time your wife confuses you and convinces you to ukatwe mitambo system ya kapungala.
What is wrong with that gentleman who just called? I want to hear from you.
Na wanakatiaga wapi nataka kujua.
About the one thing that the wealthiest Kenyans understand. Vasectomy. They get it. They get it. Why we don't, I don't know. 83% of these lawyers, male clients, he's a commercial lawyer, have undergone a vasectomy. But once you cross a certain economic line, it's like you've entered a different planet. I wish a man who's had a vasectomy would call me, because we need to get into the brain of those people. Why is it that 83% of the male clients of one of the most successful lawyers Kenya has ever seen have undergone a vasectomy? Yet when you go into the other part of the economic structure, it's not even something someone would consider. Do you get it? That's my question this morning. Do you get it?
Hello, Maina. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I once dated a man, and we dated for 6 years. I came to know that he's done vasectomy. This person alipati mtoto. Aliambia alifanya vasectomy.
He told you after 6 years?
6 years. I tell you, it was a hell of a relationship after that.
Because you think you feel he wasted your time?
6 years, Maina. And you cannot reverse them. And you've been expecting a baby mpaka mnatukano na in-laws. Unafikiri wewe ndio uko na shida, kumbe jamaa alienda kama mambo zake na huko.
Na hakuambii.
Na haniambii.
So how did you find out?
See, we just had to go for a test. Nikamwambia sasa mimi itabidi nifanyie fertility test. Na wewe uende uangalie sasa vile leo nimekuwa serious. Akaniambia sasa, you know what? I had another wife before. Oh, we got 7 kids and what? Mzungu kwanza akaniambia alikuwa na bibi mzungu. Ati bibi mzungu akamwambia sasa juu ametosheka na watoto, ati juu ya badala bibi akunye zile dawa. Bwana aende vasectomy. Si bwana akakubali. Sasa unaona? So I had to end that relationship.
You ended it?
Yeah, me I wouldn't advocate for vasectomy because things happen. Haujaisikia family moja imeenda kwa gari ikapata accident yote. Sema bwanaume kama hakuwa amezaa nje, si ni generation yake imeishia hapo.
Aki.
Wacha wazae nje, hakuna shida. Wacha tuletee watoto wakishazikwa tutalea.
Okay.
Yeah, hapa kuje.
Oh my God. Hello, Classic 105.
Good morning, Maina.
Good morning.
Hey, maybe what I can do is only disconnecting nywele tu ninaweza tolewa ni my hair. From my body.
Ile kitu inaweza kutolewa kwa mwili yako ni nywele tu kwa kichwa.
Why doing that? Ile Biblia imekataa such kind of food. Hata Bible imekataa bwana.
Okay, asante. My God, hello.
Hello, morning, Maina.
Morning.
First, I don't support it. Don't support vasectomy. However, I like to point to 2 things.
Yeah.
That first, your sound bit on Solomon having so many wives but only 3 children.
Yes.
How interesting it is. So I think it's a natural phenomenon that the rich men tend to have some paranoia. They suffer from paranoia. They fear somebody is after their life, somebody is after their wealth. It is not really about the love they have for their wives or supporting. No, it is just suffering from some natural kind of paranoia. They fear the unknown.
Wow, okay.
That's what I think. Because how do you explain somebody like Solomon with all the wealth just having 3 kids? Or was there for vasectomy back in the day?
No.
But how come? I think it's some kind of fear. They just think somebody's after their wealth, somebody wants to have kids with them without their knowledge. In the modern times, some might even have the vasectomy but fail to tell the wife.
Yeah.
But they think the wife might get kids with somebody else and pin it to them. So it's just a fear of the unknown.
Okay.
That the rich are having. But the poor, it's not that they don't know something or they're foolish enough. No. They are living a free life. They don't suffer from such paranoia. Wow, wanaishi a very free life. Have children as 12, 30 if you want.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. What do you mean free life? What do you do? 12 children is bondage with poverty forever. Do we get that? By the way, we need to discuss this about limits of children in the family. Do you get it?
Mungu ndio upena watoto.
Nah, but don't give me that. Don't even go there, Bwalibu. You have the final word. That was our discussion. My God. Hey, the superstition amongst African men. You know, I was just here on the corridor with my boss. My boss asked me a question. He said, "What, because you're afraid of anything being removed from your body as a Kenyan man, what if you had a cancerous arm? Wouldn't you cut it off? Or a cancerous foot?" Okay, have the final word. It's all about vasectomies. The vast majority of the wealthiest Kenyans have had one. Where the rest of us cannot understand why is what I'm trying to figure out. Hello.
Good morning, Maina.
Good morning to you.
Now I would like to contribute with this story of vasectomy.
Karibu sana, karibu sana.
Now, there's one thing I would like to bring it to the table, because you have to look at what will happen after you get the vasectomy versus when you don't get the vasectomy. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
You see, for the rich, they are very contented that the wife is not cheating with anybody else, you know?
Uh-huh.
So he's sure, even when he's gotten the vasectomy, there will never come a chance where the wife will say he's pregnant.
Yeah.
Now, for us, if you are hatuna kakitu, na nataka unasikia unasema I want to give you a safari to Mombasa, na bibi anajua mimi siwezi mpeleka, sio? Apate a chance kwa ofisi, somebody is willing to take them for a retreat in quotes at the office. Kumbe ni anapelekwa and she goes messes out up there and you've gotten a vasectomy and she gets pregnant. Do you know what kind of psychological trauma that will be for you? How do you accept that akona mimba, and how do you come to accept that wale watoto wengine uko na wao ni wako?
But you don't even know that now as we speak. You do not even know that for sure. Anyway.
Exactly. And that's why I don't want to confirm it, my friend. I don't want to confirm it because I might be with kids that are in my house that have never even mine. You see, this kind of vasectomy things, yeah, watu wako na pesa, watu wanaishi hapa Runda bana. Sisi tunaishi hapa Kilogoro bana. Sisi in next door, lakini you never know. Our wives are going out there. It's not that sisi tu tunatembea, my friend. But now, it doesn't make sense for me because I don't want to go through that psychological trauma of my wife telling me I'm pregnant. I have a friend at the office right now who has just switched off his radio car due to that. Alifanywa vasectomy, hakuambia bibi, and now the wife is 3 months pregnant. He's stressed out. He doesn't want to tell the wife he's gotten a vasectomy, so he's always going home drunk. Tutamsaidia aje? You tell me, tutamsaidia aje? He would rather have not done the vasectomy and he would still be knowing he's the father to that kid who's unborn, yeah? But now, atafanya nini?
So it's more for psychological reasons that you would not get one.
I'll not do it for psychological reasons of the aftermath after it's done. Because anything can happen in life. Your wife can go, she can mess up. Nobody cannot mess up. You can also mess up and get a kid. Like that woman who said, wacha lete watoto after amekufa, nitawalea. You know, because this thing, now you've gotten the vasectomy, it's actually closing that tube so that the semen itself cannot have the sperm itself. You know?
Yeah.
So what do you what else do you expect when the wife tells you now I'm pregnant and you already know you did a vasectomy? Do you know the psychological trauma that you would go through? It's not worth it, my friend. For me, it's not worth it.
Okay.
Okay, have a nice day.
Thank you. Oh my God. I'm even tired.
Mi waamini hivi. Hii mambo ya kupeleka gari garage na ijaribika. Nitoe kwa hiyo hesabu. Bure, unapeleka gari mechanic. Garage.
Sio wewe.